Welcome to Pause and Play. I'm Jessica. This is your pocket companion, a place to pause, to play, and to find your way back home to yourself. You don't have to do anything, just be here.
Guidepost 31. See and be seen. Embracing mutual visibility, authenticity, and connection. We all want to feel known, seen, witnessed. And that begins with the courage to offer the same in return. Sit in front of a mirror or close your eyes and imagine your reflection. Take a breath. Look gently. Soften your gaze. Whisper, I see myself. I let myself be seen. Feel the tenderness and bravery in that invitation. See and be seen. To see others in their wholeness, we must practice showing up in ours. When we show up honestly without hiding or performing, we invite deeper connection. Visibility is vulnerability, and it's sacred. Being seen in your truth, your complexity, and your full humanity is one of the deepest forms of belonging. And seeing others with curiosity and care is an offering of love. This mantra reminds us that presence is a two-way street. We need to be witnessed, and we need to witness. Both are healing. Personal story. There are seasons when visibility feels dangerous, when showing up as your full, unfiltered self feels like a risk you can't afford. After my divorce, I found myself in one of those seasons, raw, uncertain, emotionally unmoored. I had been surviving for so long, navigating custody schedules, financial strain, the quiet grief of letting go of a life I thought I was building. I was exhausted by the constant effort it took to seem okay, so I curated. I wore strength like a mask, smiled when I felt like crumbling, kept my stories light, my struggles quiet. I thought if I could stay agreeable and self-sufficient, I would be safer. But the more I edited myself to be what others needed or expected, the more invisible I became, even to myself. One afternoon, we were visiting my sister in Florida. It was an ordinary day, sunny, warm, unremarkable on the surface. My children were playing at a nearby park full of energy and noise, their laughter bouncing off the metal of the playground. I sat on a bench trying to catch my breath from the inside out. I looked around and felt that familiar sting of loneliness, the ache of being surrounded by life, but not fully in it. I wasn't spiraling, I wasn't breaking down, I was just weary, quietly unraveling in the middle of a sunny day. An older woman sat down beside me. We exchanged a few soft pleasantries, the kind of casual weather talk that usually goes nowhere. But something about her stillness felt different. She was not in a rush. She wasn't filling the air with chatter or trying to fix anything. And maybe it was that calm, open presence that gave me permission to say a little more than usual. I don't even remember exactly how it started, but I heard myself sharing bits of my story. How I was visiting, how I'd become a single parent, how hard it was to start over. My voice trembled slightly, like it wasn't used to being this honest and casual conversation. But she didn't interrupt me. She didn't rush to reassure me. She just nodded and held my gaze and stayed with me in that quiet. And then after a pause, she looked me in the eye and said, "You're doing a beautiful job. I see you." It wasn't dramatic or loud, but it landed so deeply in my body I could hardly breathe. Tears welled up in my eyes before I could stop them. It was the first time in a long while I had let myself be fully visible, unpolished and unguarded. And in that seeing, I felt something loosen, a weight I didn't even know I was carrying, fell off my shoulders. That one moment became a turning point. I started reflecting on how many times I'd rehearsed what I was going to say in conversations, how many times I'd edited myself to sound more palatable or strong, how often I'd smoothed out the truth of my emotions in order to feel safe, likable, acceptable. And I realized real connection doesn't live in the performance, it lives in the pause, in the breath between two words, in the courage to show up without a script. And since that day, I've tried to practice the kind of presence that woman offered me, to look people in the eye, to really listen, to witness someone's truth without rushing to explain it or fix it or shrink it. I've learned that being seen, like really seen, isn't about being impressive. It's about being honest. And when we choose to show up fully, messy, whole, we give others the permission to do the same. And now, when I feel the urge to hide or shrink, I remember that moment on the bench. The way her simple words felt like a balm, the way I exhaled more fully than I had in weeks. And I whispered to myself, let them see you. You're safe here. Being seen starts with a willingness to be visible. And when we offer that same gaze to others, we weave a web of belonging that holds us all. Science meets soul. Being seen and validated, especially in a safe, attuned relationship, regulates the nervous system and strengthens neural pathways for trust and safety. Visibility without judgment creates co-regulation. It allows us to downshift from survival into presence. To be seen in love is to feel safe, to be yourself. So many of us walk through life unseen, not because we're invisible, but because we are protecting ourselves. When we begin to show up fully and witness others with intention, we create containers of healing. Your truth is not too much. Your presence is needed. Try this. Daily practices. Look in the mirror and speak one kind truth to yourself. Tell someone how you really feel without editing. Share a photo or post that feels authentic to your current experience. Ask someone how they really are and hold space for the answer. Reflect aloud, I'm feeling, and complete the sentence honestly. Let your facial expressions reflect your emotions. Drop the mask. Practice eye contact with presence and softness. Write a letter that reveals something real. Express an unspoken truth in a safe space. Let someone see your creative process, not just the polished result. Let yourself cry in front of someone you trust. Celebrate something about someone that's not usually noticed. Show up without pretending to be fine. Listen deeply without planning your response. Say, I see you, and mean it. Pause prompts. What parts of myself do I keep hidden? What would it feel like to let someone truly see me? When have I felt most visible and accepted? Who sees me for who I am? How do I react when I feel seen? What scares me about being witnessed? What helps me feel safe enough to be real? How can I practice seeing others more clearly? When do I pretend? When do I perform? What do I wish people would notice about me? What parts of myself am I ready to reveal? What does mutual presence mean to me? Where do I long to be acknowledged? What if being seen wasn't dangerous but healing? How does my nervous system respond to deep witnessing? To pause is to see, to witness, to notice. It is where you hold up the mirror without critique or distortion and simply say, "Here I am." It's also where you meet the gaze of another and say, "I'm with you." This is the foundation of intimacy. Play prompts. Create a collage that makes you feel seen. Draw your reflection, not just your features, but your essence. Make a playful self-portrait. Write a poem that reveals something honest. Doodle how you want to be seen by others. Play a storytelling game with a friend, sharing truths. Mirror dance with someone. Record a voice note where you speak freely. Draw your mask and what's underneath. Make art with your eyes closed. No self-consciousness. Create a visibility bingo of brave acts. Make a zine or storybook about your inner world. Share something imperfect and celebrate it. Start a real me journal. Play disarms fear and invites authenticity. It lets you drop the mask and be curious. It shows others the joy and weirdness and tenderness that makes you, you. And in that space, connection deepens. Integration. Journal weekly about where you felt seen and where you didn't. Practice daily truth-telling, small and honest. Identify who sees you clearly and spend more time there. Create an I am statement list. Reflect on how you see others. What are you projecting? Let your home or space reflect who you are. Write or speak your story without polishing it. Create photo series that feels emotionally accurate. Ask for feedback and listen with openness. Share your values publicly. Use art to show what words cannot. Build a circle where everyone is safe to be real. Journal. What I want you to know about me is. Say thank you to someone who made you feel seen. Begin each day with, what truth do I want to live today? Integration. Being seen is not about exposure. It's about expression. It's about showing up with truth and allowing yourself to be met. It's about choosing presence over perfection. And when you offer that to others, you create the kind of world we all long for. Art therapy prompts. Draw two eyes with different expressions, how you see and how you're seen. Create a mixed media portrait with words and images. Illustrate your inner child wanting to be seen. Collage pieces of your identity. Use transparency paper or layers to show hidden parts. Draw a spotlight and what stands inside it. Paint how it feels to be deeply seen. Design an I am card deck. Illustrate your masks and your truths. Create a diptych, seen versus unseen. Make a frame and draw what belongs inside. Trace your hand and write visible truths inside it. Collage affirmations around your photo. Doodle your most expressive feature. Make art with a partner. This is how I see you. Space for personal exploration. Journal prompt. Where in my life am I craving to be seen more fully? Doodle prompt. Sketch an image that captures your emotional truth. Collage prompt. Make a visual expression of your authentic self. I let myself be seen. I show up with honesty. I witness others with love. This affirmation honors your sacred visibility and invites presence over perfection. You are allowed to be real, and you are worth being seen. Quote, being deeply loved by someone gives you strength, while loving someone deeply gives you courage. Lao Tzu. Final thought. You are not too much. You are not too hidden. You are not invisible. Let your presence speak. Let your story shine. Let your eyes meet others with truth. And let us all remember to see and be seen is a sacred act. Community invitation. When was the last time you felt truly seen or witnessed by someone else fully? What helped create that space? Share your reflection. Let's hold space for honest visibility together. Before you go, I want to recognize what you just did. You showed up, you stayed, you allowed yourself to be present with yourself in a deeper way. Today, you practiced being seen, and in doing that, you interrupted the instinct to hide. You loved yourself by allowing yourself to exist without disappearing. And every time you do that, your nervous system learns that visibility is not danger, it can be connection. You are leaving this episode differently than when you arrived, because now there is a part of you that stays instead of shrinking. And I want you to know, I see you. Carry this with you. You are allowed to be fully here. I'll meet you here again soon. Pause and play.